You're listening to the Clean Comedy Podcast with James Creviston and LukeLacoy.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Clean Comedy Podcast. It's James, and I'm here with my co-host and friend, Mr. LukeLacoy.
Hey.
And I think Luke's been hitting the wine tonight a little bit.
A little bit. I'm having those tannins.
Those tannins. What is your okay, so I'm being 100% honest with everybody. I know nothing about wine. I know three things. I know Zinfandel. I don't know if that's a real wine. Merlot. And I think that's it. Maybe I only know two. I don't know any other kinds of wine. I always thought champagne was wine, but it's actually not wine. It's actually it is based on grapes, but it's a different variation based on the region in France because it makes wine a different way that has bubbles. So it's not technically wine. It's actually, there's a whole thing. Anyways, so enough about that. So what is your thing? What do you like?
I like the blends, so I don't even know what.
You're like just pour a bunch. It's like a wine suicide. Like you just pour it all in. I think this one has like 18 different kinds. Yeah,
we're gonna get some bad feedback for this. Those idiots, they don't know anything about wine.
I don't know. I didn't know literally nothing about wine. I know that there's dark colored stuff and light colored stuff, and that is it. That's all I know. So there you go.
I like the stuff with a little bit of like fruit, a little bit of sweet in there.
Isn't that Pruno? What's the stuff they make in prison? It's all made with fruit.
Moonshine. I don't know.
Moonshine is like gasoline, man. I don't know if anybody wants to drink that. Someone in Kentucky's like, I will kill you for that. Whatever. They're gonna be mad.
Now we've offended Kentucky too.
Sorry, Kentucky. I know you make great moonshine. All right. Well, today, before we go too far down a weird rabbit hole, I want to talk to you guys about Fiverr. And I want to talk to you about Fiverr because I see it as the next big thing for comedians, comedy writers, anyone who wants to do freelance work. I see Fiverr as an open space for that. There's a lot of things that you can do. Whatever your creative skill is, you can add humor and content to it. Everything from web design to writing to voiceover to acting to marketing. I mean, there's literally everything you could want to do on Fiverr is possible. There is no limitation. The only limitation is what you want to do. There's other categories. So if you're like a funny person, I don't know have you seen Awaken with JP on YouTube?
No.
He's like a redhead guy who does like some kind of like
yes.
Yeah. I love that guy. Anyways, he does like some silly humor and stuff. But if you wanted to do silly videos for people like greetings or happy birthdays or anything like that, there is a thing for that. There's like pranks that you can do. There are voice things. There are calls. I mean, literally, if you can think of something funny or a funny version of something, the opportunity is there on Fiverr. And the best part about it is people are always looking to change things up, right? If you're a great writer and you can write a speech, but also add humor into it, man, you can make a killing there. There's a lot of people who are like, listen, I have to give this speech in front of a people. It's about a cruddy topic that's kind of boring for the most part. I know it's boring. I don't want to be boring. I want to stand out. Can you add jokes or humor to this? That happens all the time. Another one is wedding toast or birthday toast or whatever. If you could write a toast, I'm telling you right now, if you could write a toast and you could write funny toast, you can make a killing. People want it all the time. I've had wedding toast, birthdays, luncheons, roasting a CEO and his group, then having the CEO roast everybody else. I mean, literally, if you could think of something that you can add humor to, Fiverr is the place for you. If you're a comedian and you're worried about making a money, if you think like I hate my job, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, start the side hustle on Fiverr. Start getting on Fiverr and making something funny. If you, like I said, I think I said in the last episode, if you can take like a funny slogan and make like 3D items, that might be more of something that's Etsy, but I know you can sell physical items on Fiverr. Maybe you can even write a joke book and sell it on Fiverr. I bought some joke books on Fiverr. I always like to read joke books and read what other people write, and I like to support other comedians. So I'll buy other people's stuff all the time. I read. That's how I found Mark Masters, or whatever, and Jared. So I found a bunch of people. I buy their stuff when I see something funny. I buy it because I'm not the funniest person in the world. I know that, but songwriter. So Luke, you can write songs and make songs. People write like business songs, like jingles or slogans. They have them like serenade their girlfriend in a video or something, like all kinds of I'm not kidding, like silly, crazy, funny stuff. So if you have a skill, Fiverr is for you. And if you're a comedian, I'm telling you right now, if you're funny, you take it up a notch, right? Because people can find anybody who's good at making a marketing video or writing something, but now you can add humor to it. Now it's twice as good, right? Because not only does it hit all the target pieces that they want, now they have humor, and humor attracts people. It's really good grabber. I mean, you've done some things on Fiverr before, right?
No, I tried, but I never got gigs. So I set some up, but I don't know.
You set up,
my prices were too high.
Well, okay. So here's the truth. If you start on Fiverr, I would set everything right away at $5. Wait until you get your first couple of orders, and wait till you move up to the first level one. Then raise your prices, maybe double your prices. So make them like $10. Then once you get up to level 2, then kind of look around and see what people in your level and at your rating, around your rating. Now, if you're higher than everybody, so if you have 5 stars and everybody else has 4.8 or 4.7, then if you're 5 and they're 4.8, 4.7, then you can charge a little bit more than them because you have a higher ranking, and you just got to keep that up. The biggest thing about Fiverr, and the biggest thing that I would tell anybody who wants to start Fiverr, is treat your customers politely, right? Be kind. Think about if that's your mom or your grandma or your loved one on the other side of that computer, because it is a person. Treat them nicely, treat them kindly. Go out of your way to do as much as you can. Obviously, don't let people walk all over you. Don't let people abuse you. That's what their Fiverr customer service is for, and they're amazing. But do what you have to do to make sure that the client is satisfied. Always follow up. Hey, is everything okay? Do you need anything else? I would love to work with you again. Thank you so much for your order. Or like whatever it is. But I mean, don't badger them, obviously. But you want to be polite and kind and courteous, because you're competing against people from all over the world. And also, if you're not in America and you're listening to this, do it for your own country and your own language. So if you're in India and you know Hindi and you're funny in Hindi and it translates well, dude, sell all your services in Hindi to other people who speak that, and you're going to make the money, right? And if you want to compete with Americans, just keep in mind that American humor is going to be very different than other places, right? Like I know British people. I've tried to work with some British people, but American humor is very different than British humor. It's very hard sometimes, and they go, "I don't understand this," because the words we use or things we say are not the same as what they would say in Britain. So be aware of that. If you have a special skill, maybe you are in America, but you also speak Spanish, or you speak French or something else, put that on there and use that, and if you can write in those languages, then even better, because if you can write funny and make it funny in their language, that's double, right? And you'll be able to kill somebody like me who doesn't know Spanish or French or German or anything. I mean, I know a little bit, enough to get me to the bathroom, but that's it. That's all I know. So keep that in mind. If you were going to start Fiverr, what gigs would you want to do? Like, what did you try to do?
I tried to do writing, specific, like creative stuff, but yeah, I had the hard issue with like pricing, because I if I'm gonna write something, I want to write like a lot, but I don't want to write a lot for $5. So that's kind of like the issue I was having. And then I tried editing too. Like I tried putting like an editing gig and then a photo editing gig, but
those are those two are pretty saturated markets, the editing and photo editing. But if you have comedic writing, and say it's like you'll do 100 words for $5, right? Maybe something like that, or look around and like see what people have, then that's a good way to go, right? Because then you have a start. Would have to put samples up there. I would also, if you're going to do this, put a video of yourself introducing yourself, and then maybe a small clip of one of your stand-ups as a second video or second clip. And then maybe some links to that, or when somebody contacts you, have a way to send them, here's my YouTube videos of my stand up. Here's some YouTube videos of other stuff I've done or whatever, so that they can go through that and be able to see what you do when they get requests. Honestly, I think freelancing is going to be the next big economic growth for a lot of people. Like I've said in the last podcast, I think automation is going to take over a lot of jobs, and then people are going to have to be more creative with what they do. And the best part about what we have now is we're so interconnected via the internet and YouTube and social media that if you can prove your humor or your comedic ability to translate to other things, you can turn that into a moneymaker, right? Um, I I had an opportunity at one time. It kind of fell through, but I'm thinking I should do this at one point. And I don't want to give 100% away, but to make some recordings for businesses that would be helpful for them. And I still will probably end up doing that. I've got to probably sit down and write them, but I think I could probably sell a album of things for businesses that would help them, and then just sell that album over and over, record it one time, and then sell it over and over again. And then people could just upload it to their system and use it in their business.
Mhm.
And I honestly think it's better than some of the things that you have to hear when you're dealing with a business. So I think I would do a better job, and I think it would be super funny, and I think people will go, "Oh my gosh, that's hilarious." But so just stuff like that. Whatever you could think of, there's gonna be people who want it. And think about the
Mhm.
things that you've wanted or you've thought was like, "Oh man, I wish somebody did this." You do that. Do that and make money at it. And Fiverr is a perfect place because they have a system in place already. They're a well-known brand. There's people who come, millions of people come there every single day. Um, like I said, you could start doing your stuff for $5 and build your way up. Yes, if you already have a part-time job or you already have something, I would do it part-time and get started that way, and then slowly move yourself up, because you're going to find that the better you get, the more people are willing to pay for stuff. I mean, there are people who have made like $1 million or whatever on there, but there have been people who were there for like years, like when it started or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say you're going to make $1 million, but there are a bunch of stories that I've read about Fiverr where people are making a successful, substantial living. I'm not one of those people, but I assume anyone can do it. So there are some great things. I buy stuff off there more than anything. Actually, I buy a lot of stuff off there. I buy like YouTube thumbnails. I bought books. I've bought stuff for my wife or my kids, or like different like unusual things. Just little things here and there, stuff that I can't do that maybe I had to have somebody else help me with. And so it's not my forte. The artwork for some of my comedy shows and stuff, like I just, or other events that we were putting on, like I just don't have that skill. And I know if I pay somebody 5, 10, 15, 20, $25, whatever it is, to do it, it's a load off of me, and I don't have to worry about it. It's one less thing I have to worry about. So think about it that way. What can you offer somebody that will take a load off their plate, but also might make them laugh, might make them have a better day? And I was thinking, here's a good one. Here's a good one. I'm giving this away for free. I'm not going to do it. I think someone should sell a funny voicemail where you'll call somebody and leave them a funny voicemail for like a week. Like maybe they're a person, say, "Hey, are you feeling down? Do you feel like no one calls or talks to you? Do you feel like no one, whatever?" I will call and leave a silly voicemail on your voicemail. One day, $5, 5 days, $15, and for a whole week, $25 or whatever, and do that. And then they leave you the number. I think Fiverr allows for something like that. I mean, you might want to check, but you call, you leave a voicemail every day for them, and you leave something funny on their thing. You brighten someone's day. It takes you 30 seconds to call and do whatever, and there you go. Like, why not? "Hey Mark, this is Bob, and I just want to say, have a wonderful day, you silly goose." And then like, hey, like whatever it is, whatever the thing is. That's a terrible one, by the way. Don't leave that on somebody's voicemail. But I mean, something like that, I think, could be beneficial, especially because we're all so disconnected right now. So
Mhm.
there you go. Free one for somebody. I hope that I go to Fiverr in like a week or two and I see somebody offering that. I will definitely order it. And if you do that, you email me with your Fiverr thing, I will order that from you, because I would love to have somebody do that. That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna throw an idea out there.
All right.
Prank calls.
The thing is, I don't know if prank calls are against their terms of service. That would be my only concern. I would check though. You could probably email Fiverr customer service and say, "Hey, if someone paid me to prank call. See, that's the other thing is they're paying you to prank call somebody else, and that person's not connected, so I don't know if that would work.
It would have to, yeah, I guess it would have to be a prank call, like to someone that you know, and like very specific parameters,
Yeah.
and then like very specific amount of harshness of prank.
Yeah, see, I
Um,
don't know. I think entering a third party into that may be something that doesn't work. But
mm,
contact Fiverr and ask them. Say, hey, is this against your terms of service? And I seriously just say, I've had this idea for a gig. I want to know if I'm going to violate term of service. I don't want to violate term of service. I don't want to make anyone mad. If someone hires me to prank call their friend, is that against terms of service, or is it okay? I mean, who knows? I know they've done like silly videos, songs, and pranks and whatever. There was a guy that rapped songs for people and stuff. There's so much stuff. If you have a skill that you can make funny, Fiverr's the place for you. And in this economy, in this new world where everyone's unsure, unfortunately, you got to be a little bit of a comedypreneur. You got to be a little bit of an entrepreneur. You got to be a little bit thinking outside the box and thinking, okay, how can I make money for myself? How can I break out of the regular routine? Like, I've applied for jobs every week since March, like tons of jobs in things that I'm super qualified for. Nothing. There's not a lot of jobs out there, unfortunately. And if you're in the same position, you're in the same thing, maybe Fiverr's a place for you. Maybe freelancing is a thing for you. Maybe you could start your own, uh, you know, service writing jokes of the day for somebody, or I don't know. There's a million things. T-shirts. I know people do T-shirt slogans. I know people do like those like prank boxes that people put gifts in or whatever and stuff.
oh, like the glitter bombs, stuff like that.
No, 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 no. Like someone gets you a box that says like fart in a box or something, and then like
Oh yeah.
they like put your gift in there so you think it's like, but it's like a fake box. There's like people that do that write for those things. Greeting cards. I know a lot of cards and people that want to write like silly newsletters or like just whatever. So go on Fiverr.com, check it out, read all the terms of service, look through all the different things that you think you might be in. I mean, there's a ton of them. If I went through them all on this would be like an hour-long podcast because I'd just be listing off all the stuff. But literally any skill you have that you can add a little bit of humor to, I definitely would, right? Maybe you're good at like this is a good one. Maybe you're good at doing voiceover stuff, but you're also good at video editing. And so, like, somebody wants to take their family photos and have someone narrate the family photos in a funny way. So then you put together their family photos, like the Ken Burns effect in there,
Hmm.
and then you narrate it in a hilarious way. And maybe you could charge them for the voiceover, the script, and the editing. And there's 3 gigs right there that you can just tack together. So you say, hey, first thing I'll do is I'll take all the video or take all the pictures and I'll make you the video. Then what I'll do is I'll write you a script of something hilarious to say over it, and then you can say yes or no, and we'll edit it and make it perfect. And then after you approve the script, then I'll do the voiceover narration, adding it to that video of the script that I wrote for you. Boom, there's 3 gigs right there for you that you can make money on. So you're welcome. Somebody do that. I better see that on there. I'll find some family photos and send them out. I don't care. But just think about those things, the little things that you can add a little bit of humor to, and that people want to pay for that. You have anything else?
That's a good idea about the photos. I might take that.
Do it. Do it. I'm telling you, man. I don't know. I just think of like what things are funny to me. If maybe you're good at Photoshop, right? There was the one guy we had on that did memes, right? He was a meme guy.
Hmm.
So if you're good at like Photoshop and meme making and stuff, seriously, businesses on social media always want to be on the meme trend. So if you know memes and you're good at memes, make them. And maybe you'll have to sell 5 memes for $5 at first. But then once you get good enough, you can sell, 5 memes for $10 or $15 or $5 a meme or whatever it is. I'm telling you right now, there are so many things you can do. And like I said, businesses can love it because that can spread on social media like wildfire. So you can take whatever the cool meme is now and then insert the company's name or find a way to make it funny about the company that they're going to do. And then that company can promote the meme and then the meme can go viral and boom. Now everybody knows the company. It's kind of like how Wendy's roasts people on Twitter. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, Yeah, I mean a lot of those companies are doing that on Twitter, and like it's really funny stuff that
Yeah,
they're
it's super. Yeah.
coming up with. And
By the way, those are comedians that are doing that, just so you guys know. They're not just some ad agency. That's a
Mhm.
legitimate comedian who had that job, who's writing tweets, maybe on Fiverr, maybe they're in house, who knows? But I know that that's a real thing because I've been approached about it to ask to write tweets for places, not big companies like Wendy's, but for other things. And
Mhm.
I've done some, I've done not done some, I've turned some down. Where I'm like, yeah, it's not my vibe. But maybe you're not as picky as I am. I'm a little bit picky. So think about that. All the stuff and if you're writing jokes on Twitter, by the way, if you're writing jokes on Twitter, put that on Fiverr. Put the ones that have gotten like, 10,000 likes or 150 retweets or whatever it is, the big ones that have done really well. Screenshot those and put those in your Fiverr thing when you're starting your Fiverr account. And if you're good at photo editing, just edit them so when you're talking and doing your video, like they'll show up on the screen. This funny tweet over here, and then this funny tweet over here, and then this funny tweet over, and just do that. There you go. You have your video, and you're promoting your tweets, and you're promoting your stuff. You could, and you're good to go. And then
What
you can take
about
that video and put it on Twitter.
what about a video editor for Fiverr videos? Like for the person using Fiverr,
To make
ha-
videos.
yeah,
Yeah,
like bio videos for them.
yeah, you could, but the big one that other people that I've seen people do is they don't do their face on there. They have a spokesperson do
Oh.
promote their thing. So maybe a comedic spokesperson for Fiverr videos, or for, I know there is a comedic spokesperson for companies and stuff like that. I'll be
Mhm.
your comedic spokesperson, I'll just like Uncle Sam and do whatever. Like there's all kinds of weird ones. Like literally Fiverr is the best way for if you have a skill or a talent to sell that to other people and not have to worry about it. And also the other thing is you don't have to accept every offer that people want. If someone comes to you and you're not comfortable with it, you could say no politely, obviously.
Mhm.
But it's a two-way interaction. And so just think about that. Like this is a way for you to make money. This is a way for you to get your comedic talent out there. If you're not going on stage, you're not making something else. Why not make some money using your comedic talent and working that tool? As Jerry Corley has said, you got to keep working at it to be funny. And like I always say, you could turn your funny into money. Those things happen. So do that. Be that person. I and seriously, if you start something funny on Fiverr, send me an email, shoot me a message. I'll check it out. If I like it and I think it's funny and I'll try it out, then guess what? I'll also bring you on the podcast. And then you can share with more people. And there's potential for you to sell more stuff and inspire other people. That's the whole point of this, to help other people, to inspire more people. That's what we're here for. I'm not making a dime off of this, right? I'm giving you all the ideas that, yeah, I could probably do some of them, but I'm not going to be great at them. There's going to be some out there that can do the thing that I said, where they do photos and a script and a voiceover and kill it. So there you go. All right. Where can people find you at, Luke?
LukeLacoy, and well, just everywhere on the internet. And yeah, that'd be interesting to hear from people who get something going on Fiverr.
Yeah.
Definitely, shoot us a well, I guess email. Email
Yeah,
is the best way to
shoot us an email or leave a
Yeah.
message on YouTube or whatever, and we'll get to you, because seriously, I would love to see more people do. I would love to hear crazy stories like, hey, I came up with this crazy idea, and guess what? It's working. They're like, sweet,
Mhm.
like let's hear it, And also, don't be the person who's like, I don't want someone to steal my idea. Listen, if you're good at it, if you're the best at it, you're gonna stay the best at it. Sorry, right? There's a lot of people that can sing and dance and do whatever, but guess what? There's only a few of them that ever make it big, and the ones that make it big stay at the top until they do something crazy. So there you go. Or play football or whatever it is. Johnny Manziel, amazing football player, couldn't keep himself out of trouble. Gone, right? But there's only a small amount of people that ever make it to the NFL. And this dude, he had it. He could have had it all. Believe me, I love Johnny Manziel. I'm a big Texas A&M fan. Sorry if that loses some fans here, but I grew up in Texas, so that's my school that I love. Not my alma mater, though, unfortunately. But be that person. You could be the superstar. It's highly possible. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, follow, send us emails. If you do something cool or you want to be on the podcast, you want to talk about something that you're doing, help promote stuff, reach out to us. I'm more than happy to help. I would love to help anybody, and I would love to push stuff forward for others, I can have you either on the Queen Comedy Podcast or the ComedyPreneur Show. If you're listening to this and you have a business that's comedy friendly, that is family friendly, and you would like to be a sponsor of the podcast, shoot me an email. We'll make stuff happen. I would love to have sponsors. I would love to help people out. There is a little small fee involved, but I think that's fair. I'm putting in time and effort and talent and listener base, but I would love to do it. And also email us to let us know how you liked this 2021 version of the show to go. We thought about Patreon before. We've thought about other things. We'd love to find a way to reach everybody and be mutually beneficial. Wow, I'm bad with words. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great week and enjoy 2021. You know that you can do it this year. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Bye.
About to get clean up in here, so clean your mouth out with a bar of soap and get ready for the Clean Comedy Podcast.